This is a Saturday Morning TVLog from Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Welcome to another Saturday Morning TVLog, and this time around it's Sky Dancers, brought to us by Gaumont and Abrams Gentile Entertainment. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I'm Noel, the Big D to you. This is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So this week's Saturday Morning TVLog is Sky Dancers, an animated series based on the popular toys that were originally introduced to us in the mid-90s. Now then, I'm going to say, wasn't really an easy show to come against, but I have actually found out about it. The show originally started out in France and then came to us in the US in early 1996, where it premiered in syndication. Anyway, the series focuses on 5 characters who are said to be students at the High Hope Dance Academy under the widowed Queen Skyla. Well, each week, her students who have become the Sky Dancers, well, do their best to protect her kingdom from her jealous brother-in-law, Skyclone, who sought revenge for his brother Skylar's husband, being selected as king over him. And Skyclone had successfully killed Skylar, but was unable to gain control of the Sky Swirl Stone that gave the Sky Dancers their powers. This show did have a total of 26 episodes, but there were 27 that was actually shown in the US, however. Anyway, the show only lasted 1 season after the EI regulations took effect, educational and informative, which is what I prefer to call it. Now, of course, I did see this show. This came out right about the time we had some other theme tunes. Well, this wasn't 110% of a chick tune because there were two members of the group were guys. But I'll get to that in a moment. Of course, other shows that were chick tunes that were out that included Tenko and the Guardians of the Magic and Princess Guinevere and the Jewel Riders. Anyway, I'm going to say that this show was kind of a little underrated, and I feel like this is probably another forgotten show, but I'm sure a lot of you 90s kids out there would remember Sky Dancers. Now, of course, this, along with its big boy counterpart of a spin-off, Dragonflies, which debuted the same year, and they were both produced by the same companies, Gaumont Entertainment and Abrams Gentile Entertainment. Anyway, I am going to say that this show is absolutely incredible and what have you. Now, of course, I am going to go ahead and talk about our characters and who they're voiced by. Now, for the Sky Dancers, first up we have Jade, voiced by Carrie O'Malley, the prima ballerina at High Hope Dance Academy who has the power to turn invisible. Now, at first, she doesn't believe in much magic, but she has to in order to gain her power. Well, she gets along well with her crew, but often argues with the next member. They have feelings for each other, but are afraid to show them. Though caring and compassionate, Jade can be stern and aggressive when she wants to prove a point and tends to not avoid verbal confrontation, though her powers lend themselves more to indirect physical confrontation. And she's close to her father, a scientist who raised her mostly by himself after her mother, who had been teaching her to dance, decided to become a professional ballerina and left her family. Jane has brown eyes and long black hair with an orange streak, which she often wears in a ponytail and wears a fuchsia dress and white boots. As a sky dancer, she has fuchsia wings and wears a pink and white outfit. Now, of course, the next character is the one Jay gets in arguments with, and that's Slam, voiced by James Michael, one of the 2 guys in the group. Now, he's the High Hope Dance Academy's hero of hip hop and controls the gravity beam in the sky realm. While he lacks the focus, interest, and patience for traditional dance classes, he excels at breakdancing and hip hop. He's egotistical, reckless, and competitive and hates ties, claiming that the only thing a tie means is that I didn't win. He's also blunt, often coming across and sensitive and lacking empathy. Despite this, Slam is loyal to his friends and always there for them. Well, and of course, I've already talked about him and Jade. His tough guy exterior and frequent arguments hold him back, well, between Jade and him, as do their different personalities and tastes in dance and music. Little is known about his family or past. It is implied that his finances are directly tied to his mother's, and that he sees himself as the only person in his neighborhood who can make it big. As a sky dancer, he has red hair, which is spiky, and black and yellow wings. The next member is Angelica, voiced by Andrea Burns. High Hope Dance Academy's Queen of Country Rock, and also is the leader of the group. She has the power to temporarily stop time. She's optimistic and often flirts with a member, while the other male member of the group, who I'll get to in a moment, becomes jealous when another girl flirts with him. In details to follow. Angelica is somewhat spoiled by her parents, and her love for dancing late at nightclubs often gets her in trouble. Her cardinal rules are never miss a rehearsal, a dance step, or a jamming party. She's got blonde hair with pink streaks. Next is Camille, voiced by Donna Daly. She's High Hope Dance Academy's modern dance aficionado and has the power to create any shape out of clouds. Her parents, who work as lawyers, do not approve of her dancing, and she is reluctant to tell them that she wants to follow her dreams instead of following in their footsteps. She's responsible and smart, and often acts as the group's voice of reason, but can seem overly dramatic due to taking her relationship seriously. While forgiving and generous, she's not afraid to stand up for herself and her friends. She has curly brown hair with a blue streak that she wears in a ponytail. And finally, the final sky dancer is Breeze, who is the guy who's romantically involved with Angelica. He's a Native American who has the power to control wind and nature. Throughout the series, he's romantically involved with Angelica, often flirting with her and complimenting her. He's quiet and shy and is the most level-headed member of the group. While he does not get into many arguments, when he does, he takes them personally. Little is known about his family, though his tribe seems to have some degree of reserved land for ceremonies. And Breeze mentions that his grandfather lives in Chicago. He also states that he feels he has been gifted with the wisdom of his late grandfather and attended Lincoln High School and later puts on a free performance for him. Next, we have Queen Skyla, who is also voiced by Donna Daly, the voice of Camille, the Queen of the Wingdom, and the dance headmistress of High Hope Dance Academy, where she is known as Dame Skyla. Anyway, now, of course, on Earth, she has blonde hair and wears a green dress, but in the sky realm, her hair has pink and blue streaks, and she wears a white and green dress. She also has a couple of canine companions who have long ears that make them fly. Whirl and Twirl. Really something. Now, as a child, she grew up in the palace with Skylar and Skyclone, though her connection to the royal family is unclear. Anyway, and she often mourns her husband Skylar, who Skyclone supposedly killed. Skyclone, the main antagonist of the series, is voiced by Jonathan Kahn Davis. He is determined to defeat the Sky Dancers and take over the Sky Realm. He supposedly killed Skylar as revenge for him being selected as king over him, and now seeks revenge against the Sky Realm because Skylar took his flight. There's also little imp minions, Muddle, Jumble, and Snarl. Donna Daly voices Muddle and Jumble, while Snarl is voiced by Thomas Cannizzaro. Yeah. They're creeps and what have you that really cause a bit of an issue. Now, of course, there's other characters in the series. There's a high school reporter dedicated to getting the story and, well, apparently falls in love with Breeze after meeting him at school carnival in one episode, a girl named Caroline, voiced by Donna Daly. Now, I haven't revisited much of this series. I did revisit the first two episodes, which you can find. You can find, I think, every episode on YouTube. Now, I know the Jewel Writers Archive, which of course, run by some fellas who really like Princess Guinevere and the Jewel Riders, actually has them. Most of them are in their dubbed in English version with its American theme song. Now and there's a host of other characters. Anyway, to become their actual Skydancer counterparts, all they have to say is, if it is to be, it's up to me. And thus we have the Skydancers ready to take on Skyclone and his monstrosities wherever they lurk. Now, of course, there's the Horrorcanes, which are the monsters of Skyclone as well. Anyway, there was an overall total of 27 episodes that were done shown in the US, but only 26 were ever mentioned. But there were originally 27. And they were all shown in the US version. So again, you can find the Skydancers exclusively on YouTube, but other YouTubers should have them as well. Just be on your toes when you encounter them, okay? Anyway, if you're into some chick tunes or tunes where it's mostly chicks with a few guys, then I'd say you'll feel right at home with Skydancers. It's a nice little show and has some great characters and what have you. I feel like this should have kept going, but because of the FCC's EI bit and what have you of educational and informative, it just didn't stand a chance, as much as I hate to say it. Well, let me give you a better look at the characters. I'm sorry this isn't the best quality I could find of a picture of the group. That's the whole group of Skydancers. I'd say they're a real good group once you get to know who they are and check out their great show. But I've already mentioned who they are. You should know who they are. At least I hope. But here's a better look at the dogs, Whirl and Twirl. This is Skyclone, the series' main antagonist. Now, if you decide to check this show out, just be sure to look for it and you'll see the other great cast members of this amazing series. As I've said before, I think you'll really like Skydancers. It's a nice show and it should have kept going, but again, as I've said, the EI then got in the way. But nevertheless, it's probably one of the more underrated 90s tunes out there. But again, I think you'll really like it if you give it a shot. So look into it. You can easily find it on YouTube, no problem. So, what did you think of Skydancers? Did you ever see this when you were a kid or growing up? I saw it when I was growing up because I was in my teens when this came out. If you have, let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, make it grow, make the views grow. Tell all your friends about my channel, get them to know me. Maybe they'd like to be a part of my Big D Nation and share my video with your friends if you'd like. And we'll have another video coming up for you later tonight. So if you like this, check out the Saturday Morning TVLogs I did for these other shows that I talked about earlier. In the upper left-hand corner is the Saturday Morning TVLog on Princess Guinevere and the Jewel Riders. The upper right-hand corner is the Saturday Morning TVLog on Tenko and the Guardians of the Magic. Or go to the bottom left-hand corner and see the Saturday Morning TVLog on another underrated show with a main chick in the main role. You know what I'm saying? And that's Wildfire from 1986. In the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., as well as the Saturday Morning TVLog, then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching, and next week's Saturday Morning TVLog is Genie. So until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.